Run like I don't got an estate. Yeah. Run it up. Yeah. Went from MIA to LA on the run like I don't got an estate. Yeah. I went from LA to the A on the run, you can tell where I stay. Yeah. Counting all this paper, I chase no sleep, call me jet lag, baby. Counting all this paper, I chase no sleep, call me jet lag, baby. Been 1,020, spent 100 hundreds. Money come and gone, let's get straight to it. Been a businessman, it's bigger than music. Eyes on a new building with like 8 units. What's for sale, I might buy it all. Don't wanna put in work, now you just wanna ball. Got Louis bags with no money in them. Bigger the lie, the harder they fall. Fast route, for me it's always been a cash route. Back route, spend some money, switch the pizza cash out. Always been a stand-up guy, never back down. Curry's on my team and got some pack outs. Went from MIA to LA on the run like I don't got an estate. Yeah. I went from LA to the A on the run, you can tell where I stay. Yeah. Counting all this paper, I chase no sleep, call me jet lag, baby. Yeah. Counting all this paper, I chase no sleep, call me jet lag, baby. Savior of my city like I'm Luke Cage. This is real life, you're ballin' 2K. I was just a young, can't lose change. Now I gotta come in 22 ways. 12-12s on me, no flu game. Same team, we the new way. I told my baby come and get some. What's hers mine and she here to stay. I said, do you love me? Why not though? I know I'm on the go, I'm on the run, girl. For the money, in my batos. I know I'm not from LA, I'm from New York. Upstate though, that we got dough. And we don't show no mercy, run the score. Eyes on my head, so we got posts. Went from MIA to LA on the run like I don't got an estate. Yeah. I went from LA to the A on the run, you can tell where I stay. Yeah. Counting all this paper, I chase no sleep, call me jet lag, baby. Yeah. Counting all this paper, I chase no sleep, call me jet lag, baby. Yeah. Run like I don't got an estate. Yeah. Run it up. Went from MIA to LA on the run like I don't got an estate. Yeah. I went from LA to the A on the run, you can tell where I stay. Yeah. Counting all this paper, I chase no sleep, call me jet lag, baby. Yeah. Counting all this paper, I chase no sleep, call me jet lag, baby. Been 1,020, spent 100 hundreds. Money come and gone, let's get straight to it. Been a businessman, it's bigger than music. Eyes on a new building with like 8 units. What's for sale, I might buy it all. Don't wanna put in work, now you just wanna ball. Got Louis bags with no money in them. Bigger the lie, the harder they fall. Fast route, for me it's always been a cash route. Back route, spend some money, switch the pizza cash out. Always been a stand-up guy, never back down. Curry's on my team and got some pack outs. Went from MIA to LA on the run like I don't got an estate. Yeah. I went from LA to the A on the run, you can tell where I stay. Yeah. Counting all this paper, I chase no sleep, call me jet lag, baby. Yeah. Counting all this paper, I chase no sleep, call me jet lag, baby. Savior of my city like I'm Luke Cage. This is real life, you're ballin' 2K. I was just a young, can't lose change. Now I gotta come in 22 ways. 12-12s on me, no flu game. Same team, we the new way. I told my baby come and get some. What's hers mine and she here to stay. I said, do you love me? Why not though? I know I'm on the go, I'm on the run, girl. For the money, in my batos. I know I'm not from LA, I'm from New York. Upstate though, that we got dough. And we don't show no mercy, run the score. Eyes on my head, so we got posts. Went from MIA to LA on the run like I don't got an estate. Yeah. I went from LA to the A on the run, you can tell where I stay. Yeah. Counting all this paper, I chase no sleep, call me jet lag, baby. Yeah. Counting all this paper, I chase no sleep, call me jet lag, baby.
Good morning all. Let's get it. Yes sir. See if the light's working. Come on, brighten up, brighten up. Yes sir. Very, very good. I like that. And good morning all. Hope we are well. And yeah, let's get it, let's get it. We are pulling back here on GJ. Very interesting to see. I like it. Possibilities. Let me just sort out this chat while we let a few people come in. And then, once people come in, we can continue. Good. All right. So, let's have a look what we have today. Thanks, man. I appreciate you as well for watching my content. Always appreciate the support. Glad you find it useful. Today is going to be Thursday, the 23rd, and we have a JPY bank holiday. So what does that mean? Does that mean we don't trade GJ? Does that mean we still trade GJ? Or what is going on with that? Well, actually, it's very, very interesting. JPY holiday might cause some inconsistency in volume, but we are relying on London Open, and London Open is the open of the British banks here, right? And the British banks do not have anything to do with JPY, so we might see some trading volume still come in. And from my experience, I've still seen volume come in even though it's been a JPY holiday. So I'm not too worried about that, but we have to keep it in mind. There's no point of trying to trade if we don't see volume, right? Otherwise, we are all good and we can continue as normal even though there's a JPY holiday, right? If there was a GBP holiday, it would be a different story. I wouldn't be trading, but since it's a JPY holiday, we are all good in the hood, right? Morning, guys, morning. So let's start off with the analysis here. Let's start on the daily time frame here. So daily did close bearish here, right? So if daily has closed bearish, we breached below the lows here. We're trying to reject. This is giving us more of a bearish bias, but remember, we're still bullish. This is a breakout. This could simply be a break and retest here before continuing up bullish. So don't get too excited thinking we're going to sell back down to 160 just yet, because that's not how it works, right? That's not how it works, and it's unlikely to happen, right? So understand that, and understand that this could be a pullback to continue up. But now when we see the 4-hour time frame, we have some very, very interesting information here. The information, we have this weak bullish candle and a strong bullish candle here, which has created some sort of support. Now what's interesting about this support is we have this rejection wick here. We have this kind of rejection that respected the lows, and this broke the lows here. So sells is going to be a little bit tough, right? Because we have all of this rejection here, which we will end up marking up like this. And we can see at 162,500 is our 4-hour support. So selling into there is going to be very, very dangerous here, and is not something we want to do, right? We don't want to sell into 162,500. And we basically essentially have a mixed session. I would have liked to see these candles, because these candles are not even engulfing this previous 4-hour candle. I would have at least wanted to see a stronger 4-hour bullish close here. So this is giving me kind of a mixed bias here to see argument for buys and sells in this session. And you know, I would like to see a deeper retest. I don't see a reason for it just to stop right here. It hasn't really retested anything. It's just stopped a little bit randomly here. Even on the weekly time frame, we haven't retested. Daily time frame hasn't retested anything special, you know, but that can be GJ sometimes. So now we have to make conditions. Now for sells, I think it'll be safest to get below the 4-hour low. You can see how messy it is in this range here. So sells below the 4-hour low makes sense. Potentially here where we're just closed above is a potential for buys actually. Just breaking this, what is this, 5 pips? No, not worth it. Not worth it for 5 pips here, but you know, it looks like it's going to do it in 3, 2, 1, and it's already done. So we'll see what happens at this resistance, but there's definitely some volume that's just come into the markets here. If we do break, we have broken the 4-hour high, so that is now a good sign for maybe a deeper retrace. If I am going to sell at the moment, I'm probably going to wait for below 162,500 on volume closure. I don't trust this move pre-London. This pre-London move, I'm not trusting the best here, right? But we have this resistance here, right? This is a 30-minute here. What does that look like on the 15? Messy on the 15. Yeah, so essentially what we could end up getting here today is we could get a push out here and a close back in the range. And if we do get that, that can give us the possibility to sell back down to the lows of the range. As for buys, I need to see it make a target here. I need to see it push up, pull back, respect. I need to see a respect of the zone, some sort of support to take buys to continue up, right? And that will be the plan here. That will be the plan. And yeah, that's basically the plan. I think that would be the best way to approach the markets today with that bias here, right? So yeah, probably above this resistance starts to make sense. Get above this 15. Let's see what we have. 17 pips to there. Messy zone. Start to retrace some of this move. Sells. Yeah, on volume probably below there, right? So we can put a plan here, right? And we can make this to 11. Plan. Maybe a bit bigger. Support for buys. $30 R. 30 R, and then we have for 10 TL fake out. So we have potential fake out. That's one option. Then the last option we have is sells below 4-hour lows or 0.500. So these are the plan, right? So these are the potential options we have here on the screen. Right, so the potential plan we have here is support for buys above the 30-minute resistance, potential fake out sells, right, and then sells below the 4-hour or 500, and then we'll put in brackets vol because that depends on volume, right? So these are the options we have today here, right? And yeah, that's basically it. Easy options here. So we'll just keep that there. And this we can, yeah, we'll leave this like this. And we'll have a look at gold. So gold is doing a little bit of a retracement. Daily flipped yesterday, last minute flipped, made a top wick, broke the high, respected the structure. And then last minute flipped here. And we flipped and we closed bearish below these wicks. 4 hours did ended up. This 4-hour close here was crucial, right? Once we got this close below the range here, that gave us the push down, especially breaking the lows here. So we broke the lows, came down to the bottom of the range, found some support now. And now our new 4-hour support is going to be here like this, right? So we can mark that up like this. Right, and yeah, now we're just basically retracing here. So it's kind of looking like Gbpjpy mixed. You know, if it does come back up here and then start to fake out back below these levels, there could be an option to continue the sells here. But essentially we're trading in one big range now, and we're at the bottom of the range. So it's not always the best place to sell at the bottom of the range. So need to head up a bit. If we're looking for buys, I'll be very careful of this 4-hour support I have marked on the chart here. Yeah, that would be a difficult area. So probably if you start to get above this area and hold support, you can potentially look for buys to here and potentially here. So I think that's the plan for gold. Pretty simple plan on gold. As for sells, if we fake out back into this range, I think you can potentially sell from the top of the range, because this is the top of the range. You could maybe sell to 1827 here, or you know, potentially 1826 and continue down here, right? Can you draw arrows for your plan? No, I can't draw arrows for my plan. My plan's disappeared anyways. The reason I'm not going to draw arrows is because the plan is very, very clear here, right? Thoughts on BTC? Yeah, I can put thoughts on BTC. So daily on Bitcoin here. We closed bearish, but still respecting this structure here. Now we've broken the highs, so it's kind of ranging at the moment. But this 4-hour candle is closed nicely on volume here. We're kind of retesting this kind of small resistance right here. So let me just clean up my lines. right? So we're testing this small resistance here. You can see that like this. So potential rejections from here is possible to trade back to 24,200. And if we get above this, you can look for continuation. So yeah, potential sells if we start breaking down below. I would say if we break below this support here, potential sells. And if you get back above 24,560, potential buys towards the upside, right? So yeah, for GJ here, we're approaching this resistance. I need to find a way to write this plan so it doesn't disappear, because every time I move the chart, it disappears. So yeah, we should see. Pretty clear plan. How much have you made day trading so far, if you don't mind telling? No, I'll not disclose how much income I've made. That is private. And day trading, I have to calculate because I was trading crypto. So let's have a look. Over 6 figures, including crypto. That I can tell you. Exact amount, I'm not going to sit here, bring out a calculator and start calculating. Alright, so we're breaking above these highs here, which is nice to see. Essentially, this could have been an option here. How did you get so smart with trading? I did it often and I stuck to it. And I found my mistakes and always improved. I wouldn't consider I'm smart at trading. I just have an approach that I'm very confident with. And I stick with my confidence in my approach. So when I get questions, I always have a confident answer because I'm confident in my plans and my approach. Not overconfident to where I don't make mistakes. I always make mistakes. But I have, you know, that's what you have to be, right? So that's how you learn. Can you please explain the difference between breakout and liquidity grab? Yes, I can explain the difference between a breakout and liquidity grab. Do I have a video on a breakout liquidity grab? I think I have. I think that's a good video. I'm gonna make a video on that. I like that. That's a good video. Because that starts to become complicated. Simply put, a breakout is when the candle closes above the zone. A liquidity grab is when a wick, right? It wicks out of the zone and then the next candle starts to drive down. That's how you know it's liquidity grab. Doesn't mean it's a reversal, right? So it becomes very complicated. I would just concentrate on candle closures and not worry too much about that at the moment. But I like that. I probably will make a more detailed video because that's a little bit of a topic that I have to, you know, show examples and stuff like that and find examples in the chart. So definitely be on the lookout for that video. When I drop that video, you guys can have a look and yeah. Hi, I'm looking for gold buys. Yep, gold buys can make sense. We said above this 4-hour support. If you can close above this 4-hour support and respect this zone here, something like this, then you can possibly look for buys from here to here. It does make sense. I do agree. As for GJ, we're moving in the early morning here. Oops. And I told you I don't trust this move. I just don't trust this move. I don't trust it moving up this early for buys. I don't trust it for buys just yet. It's giving me... I've seen GJ do this a lot of times. You'll come early morning in the chart and you'll see a move and it will mess you up big time. I've seen this happen a lot, right? Once we have this plan here, we have to follow the plan, right? So I want to see support. What's your bias today for Gbp? Here's the plan. The plan is we have a bit of a mixed session. This daily close is a lot of information here. This is a heavy daily close here. So we could just be making a top wick here on the daily before retesting lower, which makes more sense. The problem is for London session, trading London, we have these bullish momentum here. So maybe London trades up a little bit higher, up to 162,700 or even up to our next resistance before continuing down. Now the key point I pointed out is that this 1 4-hour candle, these bullish candles here, have not even engulfed one bearish 4-hour candle. So these bullish candles don't give me much confidence for buys, right? They're very weak confirmation here for buys, and that is why I'm potentially entertaining, right? I'm entertaining the option to see price probably fake out from the top of this zone to take sells back to the bottom of the range, right? And potentially continue. Because it's always tough to sell the lows. You don't really want to sell the lows. Sells below 500 can work, but we need volume for that, right? To see a fake out now is a bit early, right? It's a bit early to see that type of move. And yeah. So that's what I'm basically watching here. Pretty simple. See the lower time frames here, what's going on. Yeah, you see that candle, how it just closed on volume. There's no structure inside of it. You rarely see those play out, right? It's similar to this situation, right? Look at this situation. Similar, we have this type of structure. Boom, we have this volume candle here. It rejects and then it just kind of dies off, right? You see? Now we have a similar situation here, right? And we see this with volume times, like before. It's not giving me a lot of confidence. I want to see things being respected before I look essentially for buys here, right? Otherwise, based on that daily close, it looks pretty good for sells. Lots of liquidity above 167.8, though we might visit it. Yeah, I'm just looking at structure. This is just structure. This is just range here. It's not really necessarily fully liquidity. We could visit it. Makes sense to visit it, you know, to retest this area here. But we shall see. We shall see. Because, you know, London, we have to consider that London might push up here. We might have to take buys in London up to this zone. And then by New York, we start reversing, right? Maybe New York does a reversal. We'll have to see. But this 30-minute close here, I just got to the charts. I did say it was an option, but I just got to the charts. I'm not going to take a trade directly when I got to the charts. It's too early for that. But it was a good option. Also, we haven't seen good moves. We haven't seen good moves at this time. So you don't want to be stuck in chop like this. This sucks. This is just guessing at this point. This is just guessing. If you guys are enjoying the stream, I'd always appreciate a like. Always appreciate it. Normal YouTube stuff, have to say it. And if you're new, welcome to the channel. I'll probably say that later, explain the stream later if we get more people in the stream. Yeah, so 19 seconds till this candle closes here, and it looks like it's not going to close above the range here, which is very, very interesting. We'll see. 10 seconds. Yeah, so I don't think this will close above the range, which is very, very interesting to see here that it's not going to close above the range. So even if you were looking for buys with closures above here, if that's your plan, then you can't enter on this because it hasn't closed above, right? That's a good question. So basically, if you're trading the 15-minute, then you would need a 15-minute close above here to take the trade. But if I was waiting for a 30-minute, if the 30-minute closed above here, I could take the trade. It's similar to this, right? Your target in this trade, right, if you consider this as your resistance here, all right, this is, if we had a bigger range, this would make sense, right? But let's say this is your resistance. This is your LTA right here, right? All right, that's your LTA, right? This is your LTA right here. And then here is your TP up here, all right? So this is your TP, okay? This is TP. So if this is your TP and this is your LTA right here, this 30-minute close above would be your entry candle. But if you look at the 15-minute, right, we have a resistance here. But that resistance was not relevant. Why was that resistance not relevant? Because we had the 30-minute. So if the trade makes sense on the 30-minute, take it on the 30-minute. But if you were trading the 15, you would have to wait for this. So whatever candle closes is what makes sense, right? So if, let's say you're waiting for a 15-minute close. So let's say this 15-minute closes above this resistance here, you can take buys. But if it doesn't, then all you have to do is wait for the 30-minute, and you have to wait for the 30-minute to close above this resistance instead, right? So whatever time frame the confirmation is the time frame you use to take the trade. Because if you take the trade on the 30-minute, you're going to be putting stops. Minimum stops are going to go below this zone here, right? Below this candle anyways. So that's how it works. NZD Swiss franc is an interesting chart. Do I even have it on here? If I have it on here, I'll look at it. If I don't, then I don't have it. It's up 27%. Daily chart is interesting. Wow, I just learned something. Thanks. No worries, man. You will learn things here. This is the point of these streams. The point of these streams is for you guys to learn. Right? The goal of these streams is to solve a problem with other streams, right? You guys are too busy learning a strategy of buy above here and sell below here. It's not a very good strategy long term. I will make a video about these streams, but these streams, the idea of these streams is for you guys. We set out a plan, I answer your questions, we have a discussion, you guys learn, right? And then once you guys learn and we have a discussion and stuff like this, I set you the plan. Essentially, I'm giving you a signal, but I'm not telling you when I enter. You guys have to build the confidence, because I shut down the stream, and enter the trades yourself. And that, trust me guys, even though that seems boring, and I know there's people who want signals and stuff like that, we talk about it in my group anyways, so you can join the group anyways to talk about it. But trust me, that is the best way for you guys to improve, you know? Can I get your opinion of gold on the 4-hour time frame? Yeah, no worries, we can look at it. As I said, gold is closing bullish here, breaking the high. Yeah, here's that trade we were talking about. There's that closure. Did anyone take that trade? That's your target already hit. Juicy. Did anyone take gold right now? That was what we were talking about. Close above here. Rewind the stream and listen. Close above here. You can take buys towards the upside here. That's a tough entry, no bottom wick. So yeah, 4-hour now is pushing up. It's already reached TP1. So I'd watch what happens at this zone. Don't be buying into this zone. You need to wait now. You need to wait. This is a risky zone to buy in. You need to wait. in gold right now, still holding. Yeah, consider if you want to hold, you can hold, but I think this is also a good place. You know, we just hit TP1 essentially. That's TP1 hit. This resistance here is TP1. TP2 will be up here at 1836.9. So 1837, 1836.9. That will be TP2. Subbed. Nice. Welcome, welcome. Looking to learn more entire diving into identify. Glad I could add a bit of closure above and below to what to do. Nice, man. Is that a valid double bottom? This double bottom here, I don't use double bottoms. For me, my entry here, it is. I mean, you could trade from here to the resistance if it is, but yeah, that is fine. Come on, fam, let's get those like up. 50 watching, 9 likes. We can do better. Let's go. We have 20 likes. We have 20 likes. I think if you refresh, you'll see we have 20 likes. So they're not doing that bad. They're not doing that bad. Appreciate all of you guys. But yeah, definitely interesting move here. How has this affected GJ? GJ is still doing nothing. Will I take sells if the 30-minute candle closes bearish on GJ? Let me have a look. Not yet. I want to see preferably a fake out. I want to see price get outside of the range and then close back inside of the range. Not the bearish candle close here because of this whole support zone. We could hold here for a while before breaking down, you know. So if it closes bearish now, no. I wouldn't be taking sells because I want to see it get out and come back in basically. Morning, morning. Do you have a video on how you decide to put your support and resistance lines on your chart? Yes, I do. If you go to my 2023 full course, if you skip to 19 minutes of that, right, it shows you exactly how to draw the lines. Everything is in there, right? Let's have a look. Tradesharpe. We'll go to Tradesharpe. Look, live now. If you go here to videos, all right, and you click on this 2023 full course here, this is basically a crash guide. Everything that I'm doing now, I talk about in here, right? So intro, the markets, blah, blah, blah. It starts from beginners and then all the way up to this, we have session bias, we have trading setups, everything. And I have free Excel sheets for trading setups and stuff. But if you skip here to this here, around 20 minutes here, you can see I explain exactly here how to mark up the zones here. 20 minutes, how to mark up my zones, how to label the zones, how I label my zones and stuff like that, right? All good, John, all good. So gold rejecting TP1. This is why I told you it's consider taking some profit here. Always good to take profit at TP1. I mean, that's a pretty good push, right? That's a big push. 27, almost 30 pips. Enough to make a living. 30 pips is enough to make a living. What days do you normally stream? We're streaming all week, man. We're streaming all week. If you sub to the channel, you will get notified when the stream goes live. We stream all week. Can you talk about the importance of time frame confluence? Just trade the time frame. Keep it simple. Trade the time frame that the trade makes most sense on. If the trade makes sense on 30 minute, trade it on 30 minute. That's how you use your confluence. No need to look at 5. Just to begin with, continue trading on a time frame that makes sense, right? What time frame indicates that the trade will go smoothly? I'd say 4 hour. If you were to tell me, like, dictate a time frame that the trade will go smoothly, I think it will be the 4 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame, very important time frame. What would I work if the market's closed forever? That's a good question, man. I like that. Have a look. I'd probably do something with health, men's health and well-being. That's what I would do. Do I do multi-pair analysis? No, I do not cross-analyze my pairs. I analyze multiple pairs because I can, but I don't do cross-analysis. So I won't look at another pair and see if that gives me a bias for another pair. No, I don't do that. I appreciate everyone showing up at the moment. It's good stuff. These streams are really, really educational, if I may say so myself. And everyone in the chat, I think, can agree. So if you're new here, welcome. We're streaming every day. So definitely make an effort to show up and be part of these streams, because they definitely, I think, will make an impact to your trading, if I can say, you know. And goal is to get the stream to 100 viewers so we can impact 100 people. So we're almost there, about halfway. So hopefully we can keep slowly pushing, hit a new PR. If we can get 20 more viewers in here, we'll hit a new PR. And we constantly improve. Numbers have to go up everywhere. Numbers have to go up on our trading accounts. Numbers have to go up in risk. Numbers have to go up on YouTube. Numbers have to go up everywhere. That's what we like, right? That's what we like. Yeah, we're getting close, man. We're getting close. What do I believe about funded accounts? This is a good question. I believe funded accounts have a place and time. If you're really a good trader who knows what you're doing and have put discipline and have back tested on small live accounts and stuff like that and proven to yourself that you can build a small live account, then I think you can apply just to build your capital. Once you build your capital, you can use the money you have from a funded account to put in your own account. I would always recommend using your own account rather than a funding account. It's much better to grow. It's a lot stress-free, and I would highly recommend that, right? I tried this strategy for 3 months but did not get a lot of fake out. Yeah, because you're buying the highs. You're not going to get faked out if you don't buy the highs, right? It's very, very simple mistake. When I look at this chart, it feels so risky because the loss is so big. You have to control your risk. You can adjust how much you want to risk. If you want to risk $10,000, if you want to risk $1, it's up to you. You can control that. A bullish candle here is not a buy signal for you. I don't trust this move right now. I do think it can move up to 700. But 700 here is only 5 pips away. 5 pips is not enough for me. And I don't trust this move at the moment. I'm going to be patient. If we get good volume towards the upside here in London, I have plenty of time to get in with volume and wait for London open. I have plenty of time. I'm not in a rush. I don't trust this move at the moment. Negative P&L must not go up. Yeah, negative P&L does not go up. But you have to make it go up. A bullish candle is not a buy. Oh yeah, I did answer that, yeah. Listen, you can take buys here. If this candle closes above here, in 14 minutes. You know, but I'm telling you, I just don't trust this move. I won't be surprised, I said, for price to get up to 760 here. But 760 is only 6 pips away. What are you going to do with 6 pips? It's not much. Not much you can do with 6 pips, you know what I mean? Then you're hoping for it to continue after 6 pips. You know, I rather wait when I know the market is going to give me volume pushes. When the market gives me volume pushes, I can take a trade. And if we look at what happened yesterday, same thing, right? This was pre-London. We had this type of push. You see price did nothing. Ranged. London open, boom, 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 boom. 3 candles full of volume. 12 o'clock here. Now it's 10:45. 12 o'clock, boom, 3 candles of volume. I want to be in this move. I don't want to be in here. I want to be in this. I want to wait for this. And we haven't seen this happen earlier. It has not happened earlier for the past few days. The minimum we've seen volume is in the next 45 minutes, you know. So that's why I want to wait. When using Fibonacci replacement, do you use draw it from the wick or the candle bodies or the... I don't use Fibonacci replacement tool. Retracement. But if price is at all-time high, you have to use it. And I like to use the bodies, right? I like to use the bodies. I prefer to use the bodies. Do you ever go with bigger positions when... Yes, I do. That's actually a good question there. And yes, I do. If there's a setup that I'm super confident with, I don't mind risking a little bit more or adding positions into that thing. So that becomes a little bit more complicated when you get a bit more advanced, is you can actually add positions onto that when you're super confident. But if you lose, you're going to lose heavy, but you were confident to begin with, right? So you just continue with your plan. And yeah. Because you pretty much get wrecked every time you do. Yeah, I wouldn't risk much heavier, and I would only do that if you're super confident, like you have good higher time frame understanding and things are super clear, right? If things aren't super clear, then that's not going to help you at all. You know, just stick with one risk. Wow, what happened to my charts? Right, stick with one risk amount, and then at least you'll be confident on that risk amount, right? Guess your plan is bad. And it's not bad. There's just always room to improvement and for improvement. Okay, I expect gold to be pushed. Yeah, so gold is closed bullish here, retested the highs again. That's nice structure. Yeah, if any candle starts closing below this 1831, you can expect a deeper retracement. If not, this trade should range and continue up slowly. As for GJ, we're trying to break down. As I said, I don't trust this move, and this is why I don't trust this move. Yeah, that's super common problem. To get stopped out and then the market continues in your direction. But what you have to understand is you have to understand you're doing something good. If the market is going in the direction you expected, that is a positive. That's where many people fail. They think they're a bad trader, but your analysis is more important than the trade, because if you can't analyze properly, you're not going to be able to trade properly. So it's very important to have your analysis good. The only issue is probably where you're entering. Make sure you're entering maybe not at highs. Look at your stop loss placement. Make sure your stop loss placement is at good areas. You can always share your chart in one of the groups in the Discord or Telegram, and people will help you with that. Can you let me know what is written on your plan? You can't read it. How about now? So plan is support for buys, support above for buys, potential fake outs, which we have not broken out the range, so no fake outs, or sells below 500, 4-hour support with volume. We'll see. These are just a rough plan I made in the morning. We will have to see what the chart does, because we could possibly take sells inside of the range. Yes, knowing how price action moves is very, very good. And as Berek said, the course is free. That is on my YouTube. You can have a look. The program is something else, but that course is free on my YouTube. Enter at your stop loss. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because if you lose again, you're going to be in big trouble. Let's see if we can get a move today. Yesterday was very hard to trade yesterday. After this breakdown, I didn't want to counter trend sell right here. I was looking for continuation, but you know, we just ranged, so nothing there. And then this broke out too late at night. I'm not even looking at the charts at this point. Then I was sleeping. How long do your trades usually run? 1 hour on average, 2 trades to close? I would say on average around 30 minutes. 30 minutes, probably. The reason I'm really picky with my trades is because, and I trade at a very specific time, and you see me guys not take every option, is because if I do that, I can pretty much guarantee myself to at least encounter profits during my trades. And if I encounter profits during my trades, I have a space to make decisions. If I can make a decision, then that will allow me to, you know, basically stay profitable, right? Or make a decision to close break even or whatever it is. But if you're taking a trade and holding drawdown the whole time and waiting for it to go in profit, that's a bad position to be in. You want to be holding positive, right? Do I only trade London session? Yes, I only trade London session. I look at New York maybe once a week when I have free, but I'm normally busy in the afternoon and I like to keep it just to London. It's enough. One move per day is enough for me. You know, I'll flick at the charts. It depends how I'm feeling or what's happening in the charts. But if I get a move in London, I don't really need to look at the charts in NY, right? There's no point of me doing that. If I were to calculate hours, well, I do other work on my PC, so that's probably also calculated. So, but at the charts trading, probably like 4 hours trading. That's basically how much I like to keep it at. Just 4 hours is good enough. Basically, when this 4-hour candle starts, this is the 4-hour candle that I'm gonna trade now. So 3 hours. So I have to basically find a move in this next 3 hours based on this candles, right? So that's how it works. And then if I'm gonna trade New York, depends if I got a move in London or not, or if I think New York will move nicely or something like that, right? Or if I need to take a position in New York. Hello, Hi-Fi Trade. Welcome, welcome. Looks bullish. Yeah, it's not doing much now. That's what I mean. I don't trust this move, you know. I told you I don't trust this move. Look, it's already back to... If you were to enter it early, you're already back at break even. You know what I mean? You ought to be back at break even now. So that's my point, right? I don't trust the move. It's the reason I don't trust the move. When does the first 4-hour candle start? There's no first 4 hour, but the 4 hour of this session started 1 hour ago. So I don't know what time that is for you. Well, 55 minutes to be exact. 55 minutes ago is when that started. Seeing how this keeps rejecting here, this is picking, you know, some sort of liquidity from here, potentially to continue up here. So it's definitely interesting. I do think if we start breaking above these highs here, we can see 162.750 hit. But again, I told you breaking above these highs is only 5 pips. I'm not too interested in 5 pips. Do the markets move badly at the beginning and end of year? It depends. It depends. But most of the time, it's not the best in the beginning and not the best at the end of the year. How do I trade London with a full-time job that starts at 7:30 a.m.? 7:30 a.m. London time? You either trade in your job or you free up 1 hour to look at the charts. And if you have a job, you just look at the charts for 1 hour during that time. But you only have to check the charts once. If you, let's say you use a simple strategy of basically, you'll get less trades this way, but this is something I always recommend. The strategy that I use, or the style that I trade, you can trade off 30-minute and stuff like this, right? And if you're trading off the 30-minute, you only have to look at the chart once every 30 minutes for a candle closure, right? So all you have to do is once every 30 minutes, look at the chart. If you see a trade, enter the trade. Yeah, you'll get less trades because you're only looking at a specific thing. But it will allow you to balance your lifestyle into trading, right? Yes, Matthias. Matthias, I have a video on my YouTube called Session Bias. It has a free indicator as well. I highly recommend you watch that video. What do I use to calculate my risk? I use a fixed lot size here. So I know my average stop loss is 15, maybe 20 pips. So I calculate 20 pips how much I'm happy to risk and use an average lot size. First target would be up here at 162, 750, 760. Then second target will be somewhere in here, yeah, 800s, 850. But I don't trust this move. It's picking a lot of liquidity though. But yeah, let me write this. Just be back in 2 seconds, guys. Make this bigger. Be back in 2 seconds. Just gonna go to the toilet here. Toilet break. Okay, so this broke the high here. Yeah, there we go. Some volume coming into the markets here. This kept picking liquidity here, right? From the bottom of the range, we kept picking liquidity. And now we finally broke. So this 30-minute close bullish here. I expect this to come up here to 163. 162, 760 here. But essentially that's only 5 pips, right? 6 pips. So even though it looks like a big move, it's not a big move. I think my camera has lagged here. Typical. I'll have to turn it off for now. My bad, guys, my bad. Yes, camera is broken. What to do? What to do? I think it's out of battery or something, which is super annoying. Let's see if I can fix it. Oh man, now the whole thing collapsed. Yeah, I'll have to plug in a whole different camera. We'll probably wrap up the stream soon anyway, so I'll just keep camera off. I'll fix it for tomorrow. My bad, guys. But if you do take any trades today, or you enjoying the streams, make sure to post that up on Instagram, tag me, follow me on Instagram. I post content there about trading. And look at this rejection here. This is what I'm talking about. I don't trust this move. There's that target I said, right? 162.45. So I was 0.5 pips off. You can see how I was, yeah, camera out of battery. I'm using one of these good cameras here, and it ran out of battery. I don't know why it doesn't charge while it's plugged in. So super weird. I'm too lazy to plug in another camera, but I'll get this sorted out. I can put some sort of camera went out. This. So people who join can know. I'm deep into Bitcoin short. Alright guys, so look at this move I said that I didn't trust, and this is why I didn't trust this, right? We hit that target of 162, basically 745. I was saying 750, so I'm 0.5 off. I'm 0.5 off. So very, very close. And now we're rejecting back in the range. So if we close back in the range here, if this 30-minute closes back in the range, there's a potential for sells here. If we don't drive down and finish the whole range already. The 15, even, I think it's a bit too early on the 15. But I think if the 30 does, that will be the plan. Right, so here's the plan. If this just drives down, then we'll have to wait below 500. But 500 is a very risky area to sell, but we need volume. So a bit of patience. Do I journal my trades? Yes, I do journal some of my trades. I used to do it heavily. I used to journal every single one of my trades and do that very, very consistently. But after seeing this retest, guys, up here, and seeing this reject, if this closes bearish, and then the next candle closes above the high, and we see it's respected, then there's a possibility to buy past these wicks all the way up here to 800. And that'll be better with a volume time, right? Another liquidity grab, possibly. That's what I'm populating. That's why I say if this closes bearish and the next one closes above the high, then it could be a possibility. But, you know, the candle hasn't closed, so it looks like a liquidity grab, but it's potentially not, right? It's potentially not. So we shall see. Anyways, I think the plan is pretty solid here. We have a closure in 9 minutes. You guys know what to do. What a week for GJ. Yes, it's definitely been an interesting week here. I think it will dump when London starts. Yes, I wouldn't be surprised, and that's why I'm also populating the idea for sells and would look to execute on those sells, right? It's possible, yes, it's possible. 100%. Anyways, I think I'm going to wrap this up now. I appreciate every single one of you guys joining. Be sure to show up. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe so you guys can show up so you can get information like this. We know the plan, right? Oh, you're talking about gold. GJ is the same though. GJ is doing the same. You know the plan. Plan is here. Be sure to share it in the group, and you guys need to build the confidence to execute on this plan. All right, guys? Don't be taking signals. Don't be following others. Follow your own plan. We discussed the ideas. We know what to do. I wish you the best in your trading. And let me know in the group. And we will see. I will see if you guys actually take the trades. And I'll catch you for more trading and education on the next stream. That being said, guys, take care. Trade sharp. And until next time. Peace.